G'day, it's Phil here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking through $2 coins again, looking for commemorative coins, rare coins, and coins worth more than face value. Again, we've got my $2 collection book here, partly filled with all the coloured commemoratives that we've found so far and some of the uncoloured commemoratives. Got 2 pages full. I only need to get really one that I'm really looking for, the 2012 Remembrance Day Red Poppy, and then we can start another book. Basically because there are coloured coins that have come out since I started this book, but I don't have placeholders for them. So I can close it off as soon as I get the one that I do have placeholders for. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to go through the $2 coins a little bit slower than I usually do, looking at both sides, basically not just flicking through the commemoratives and looking at the reverses. I'm going to go through it a little bit slower, just so I can be a bit more thorough. As you can see, I've got armor guard rolls. I've got $450 of those. And so let's pull in a little bit. Yep, that should be about enough. And so we can look at the years and looking for any card errors or any other errors. Just need to get close enough with my own eyes, not through the viewfinder, to have a look, but also get it in focus. So I hope everyone is doing well. It's into September now. Probably well and truly, if not near the end of September for you guys, as I do record a few weeks in advance, just so I don't get caught out when I'm busy or when I can't get rolls from the machines. So we've just recently had a new $2 coloured coin come in by the Royal Australian Mint. I'm not sure if it's coming in to circulation. That certainly hasn't been confirmed, and I can't say that for sure. There's a 2011 Aboriginal Elder, which will be the lowest minted. I was just looking at that a second ago on the Royal Australian Mint website, 1.8 million. So that's a coin that we look for in the low mints. 2011 Aboriginal Elder. That's why we go through a little bit slower. Check the dates, check for errors. Checking not only for the 2011 low minted, but also for the 1991, where there was no Aboriginal Elders issued for circulation. And so if they have, or if they do turn up, they're from sets, so that we look for those. See if we can pull those out of circulation. And anything from 2012 onwards, we make a little bit more of a look when we see the obverse, because we know that anything from 2012 onwards could have, or could be, a coloured coin, but anything before then couldn't. So it'd be nice to find something from 2013, 14 or 15, something a little bit older that we don't see very often anymore. Certainly some of those older coins are very nice to find. And there's another 2011 low minted Aboriginal Elder. Not currently more than face value as such. I'm sure that if someone is trying to make a mint set and cannot find a 2011 in circulation like I am, then they may pay over the odds for it, but generally right now it's not necessarily over face value. But I keep them because they're low minted. and at some point they will be very, very hard to find in circulation. And so I was saying that yes, there has been a new $2 coin come into circulation in September, which is the 75th anniversary of United Nations peacekeeping. It's a blue coin with a, well, it's a $2 coin, aluminium bronze like our normal ones, goldy coloured, and it has a blue centre, blue circle, and it's surrounded by doves, the United Nations doves, peace doves. And so that came out in a cemented C mint mark card, as well as a roll. But as I was saying, I'm not sure. I haven't heard from anyone that it's going to be circulated. That may well be the case. We may see some of those out soon. It'll be similar, most likely, to the most recent, the honeybee. It'll probably hit in one city before it hits anywhere else. And then the rolls themselves will probably be quite expensive for a time, even the security rolls, which is a bit of a shame because it will settle down if there is the same sort of numbers of coins. There's a 2022. It's an A coin. A coin from the Commonwealth Games in 2022 in Birmingham. So that's from the Woolly set. So that's not the first one I think I've found of those, but I'm not sure if the A coin is something that I have. I'll have to check that. It's an AU and S. I'm not sure if I have the A coin already or I have the U coin. I think I've got the A coin, but we'll have a look when we get to the end anyway. I'll check the book, and if it's new for the book, it'll go in. We don't know what the mintage is yet. Generally, the coins that are in the corporate program with Woolies minted at 2 million, but they get about 400,000 in sets, and then the rest are in loose into the tills and into the community. The one good thing about the coins that get released by Woolworths, where they get sent to Woolworths shopping centres or Woolworths shops around the country, they get a decently spread distribution, whereas when they come from the Royal Australian Mint and they go to the bulk handlers, depending on what city or what centre, they might get all sent to one place, which is how we get a ton of honeybees in Adelaide or a ton of frontline workers in Melbourne, or a ton of Armistice or Qantas in Queensland, stuff like that. That's a bit of roadkill. There's a 16. What's going on there? Nothing. There's an ender. We have at least one other coloured coin, another Woolworths joint corporate program issue, and that's from the 2020 Olympics. It's got the red ring of courage. There you go, 2020 Olympics, issued in 2021 for the Tokyo Olympics. The only coin with any kind of information about where the Olympics were held, which is Mount Fuji with the sun or moon rising over the back of it. Everything else is just logos and mascots. Yeah, so coins get issued around the country in quite different fashions. And as I say, the corporate program with Woolies is good because it does tend to give some semblance of an even spread. Although those coins, because there are so many of them coming so quickly, they get saturated into the market for about 4 to 6 months and then they sort of disappear. You'll note that we're seeing tons of Woolworths and Wiggles this year from last year's release, but the same thing happened when we had the Possum Magic and the Mr. Squiggle, but those coins are now relatively hard to find, and they would have been the same at the time everywhere for a while, but then gone. So we keep noodling, we'll try and find those sets, pick them up. That's what I do anyway. Make the sets. As I was saying earlier, it would be nice to find a earlier coloured coin. It's quite hard these days. But as I concentrate and look through these, we come down to the second last roll. So these armor guard rolls, and I've said these before, are tightly packed. They are very hard to unroll. Much tighter machine rolling than the Prosegur rolls. It's not a bad thing, it just makes it very hard to pull them apart. There we have a Possum Magic coin from 2017. Can't remember what that one is. I think that's Hush Sees Her Tail. It's got the purpley colour. Hush Sees Her Tail, I think. That's it. But that's a nice coin. The one I don't see very often, and I've only got one of, is that Invisible Hush. The last of the 3 series. Hard to find for me. I've now spread these coins all across the place in my hand. So sorry if it gets a bit quiet as I concentrate through. I'm just trying to keep you entertained with a little bit of the knowledge that I have, a little bit of knowledge. And so we finish up on a couple of nicer ones. 2012 would have been nice if that was a red poppy. That's a very nice 2012, but not to beat. And that leaves us on the last roll. Very hard to unpack. So let's hope there's something of note in this last roll. Something maybe with an error, something with a bit of colour. Even a commemorative with no colour would be good. One of the Invictus games, that would be great. 2016 changeover, and that doesn't have any colour. The red poppy, no colour. The gold poppy, no colour on that. There's the 3 of the commemoratives with no colour. So we're down to the last 5 or so coins. Unless that 15 is something, no. 2000 is not going to be anything. And then we have a 94. So there we have it. So today I don't have to go through the Aboriginal elders. We've been through those. So today what we have for our hunt to show is 2 low minted 2011s at $1.8 million, 1.8 million coins. Aboriginal elders. We have an A coin from the Commonwealth Games team from the Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games. We have the 2020 Australian Olympic team, Courage, a red ring of courage, from the 2020 Olympic Games that's held in Tokyo in 2021. And we have a Possum Magic coin from 2017. Not a bad looking coin, that one. It's just the fields are quite good. It's got a little lovely bit of toning. And if we have a look at the book, let's pull out slightly. And if we have a look at the book, go to the last page and see what we have. We already have the A coin. So that is my first duplicate of the A coin, my second Commonwealth Games 2022 coin of my hunts. So we have 4 coins there. They're all going to be keepers for my collection. Nothing for the book, unfortunately. But please, if you like what I do, think about subscribing. Give me that thumbs up. Leave a comment. Tell me what you're finding in your area, if it is indeed as hard to find the colour as it is in my area. I'd love to hear that. But otherwise, I'll be back in a couple of days for more noodling, so I will see you then. Bye.